And we will be transitioning today. And I wanted to start by telling everybody that it's been, while 2020 was a long year for, I think, in the minds of just about everybody, everybody across the board, not only everybody on this call, but all the residents of Franklin County, all the residents of Ohio, all the residents of residents of the entire globe. The coronavirus has certainly tried all of our patience, and we have had many family members, personal family members, many family members of the Franklin County community, both Franklin County government and residents affected by the virus. And so this has been a long, trying time. And it has been certainly when we had this meeting last year, the organizational meeting last year, none of us expected that we were going to have to deal with being the president of the Board of County Commissioners is not like being the leader of any other governmental organization. It's not like being the president of City Council. It's not like being the president of the Senate or being the Speaker of the House or anything like that. You know, the three of us work together closely. We work together well. Because there's only three on the board, it's largely a type of a thing. And it's administrative and you know, but we make decisions together as a team and very closely. We work together well. We've been working together well for a number of years, and we rely on each other, and we're a great team. I enjoy my colleagues quite a bit. And I think that we work together quite well, and I'm not sure that we could have gotten through 2020 the way we did if it wasn't for collegiality we have and the ability that we have to work together. So I am actually kind of glad that we are here today, and it's time for me to be done, and for us, it's time for me to turn this over now to my colleague, Commissioner Boyce. And so 2020 was a long year for all of us. It was a long year for all that we've had to deal with, and as a team, I'm very proud of the Board of Commissioners staff, very proud of county administration, very proud of all of you, all of the agencies that we deal with, all of the community partners that we deal with, all the folks that we've had on all the calls every morning throughout this thing, and all of your staff for all the work that you guys have done on behalf of the residents of Franklin County. Now I'm happy to be turning the reins of Franklin County over to Commissioner Boyce for 2021. So, and I know that I'm sure have something that they'd like to say. What I didn't do at the beginning of the call, before we do this, what I didn't do at the beginning of the call is this is as usual, this is a public meeting, so please act accordingly, and conduct yourself with decorum as though this were a public meeting. And please remember to mute, if you're on a call, if you're on a cell phone, please remember to press *6 to mute yourself.
President O'Grady, I have a couple of things I'd like to say that I've said to you personally, but I would like to say publicly. First, I want to say a big thank you for your leadership in 2020. We didn't know what 2020 would bring, and you know, the leadership, as you said, of this board has traditionally been pretty much ceremonial, but certainly it was not ceremonial in 2020. And your exceptional leadership this year and commitment to our employees, to their families, to our residents, to all of us in leadership on the board as well as to the staff has been exceptional. And, you know, we are board friends and colleagues, and that's been helpful. You've really kept us informed in ways that we would not have dreamed of being kept informed and being kept involved in things this year. And if not for you doing that and doing the things that you did to really keep everybody in our county family informed and involved and participating in the calls and in everything else, we would not have gotten through this year in the way we did. And with you and county administration, it's been a very positive, challenging, but positive year. And that's due to the leadership you exhibited. And I want to thank you for that. As we look to 2021 this year, it's going to be a year of hope and possibilities for the new year. But I have much gratitude for you, John, for your year of successful leadership. It's been a job very well done, and I thank you for that. It's really been a very much a successful year for you, so thank you for that. You've made it a successful year for all of us.
Yeah, I think I want to just echo all of the comments that have been made for you, Commissioner O'Grady. But let me go back to something you started off by saying, and that's the collegiality that we have as a board. And make no mistake about it, collegiality does not mean that we agree on everything. It doesn't mean that we don't have our moments where we have to work hard to figure out what direction we want to go in. But the best part about this job is that we work through it, and we do what's in the best interest, what we believe to be in the best interest of the folks who reside in Franklin County. And that's what I truly love about this job. And I couldn't have two better colleagues to work through these challenges with in terms of the things that we faced in 2020. To you, Commissioner O'Grady, I must say that I agree with you that the president's role is largely ceremonial, save for a global pandemic year, save for a year where unrest and challenge swept our nation, save for a year where there was one of the greatest discrepancies in the political spectrum that we've seen, particularly the presidential race that we've seen. And even in the ceremonial role that the president's office serves, in these kind of environments, it requires some leadership. And I want to just point out something very specifically for those who may not know. There has to be someone that is in this kind of environment that is communicating with a governor, communicating with other counties, communicating with other leaders, and really bringing that back to our group as an organization, Franklin County. And John, man, you were stellar at it. You did excellent. You did excellent. You get an A+. There wasn't a meeting that you missed. There wasn't any information that you didn't share, whether it was late night texts or phone calls. I must say you really set a strong bar for how we've got to get through 2021. And I'm going to follow your script, of how you approached it, whether it's communicating with other commissioners, the governor, the community, whatever, because it really worked well. 2020 was a tough year, no matter what lens you look at it through. And while I'm inspired and hopeful for 2021, I think we've got some ways to go. When you look at all of the indicators for the economy, I think we've still got quite a bit of challenge ahead of us. And so I'll have to use the same script that you deployed in 2020 for 2021. But I know this, it works. I know this, that we work well together. And I know that all the folks who are on this call today and all the folks who were on those when we started the pandemic and we were on the 9 a.m. call every single day, to the folks who are on the Monday and Wednesday calls now, and all the things that go on in between. We're all in this together. And I'm reminded by that every day when not every day, because I don't come in the building every day anymore, but whenever I walk through this building, I'm reminded, I'm reminded by the signage. I'm reminded by the people I interact with or the people I don't see that I used to see every time I walked into the building. And so I'm really looking forward to hopefully most of this subsiding somewhere in mid or late 2021. But most importantly, I'm looking forward to getting back to the business of Franklin County, and that is the growth and the hope and the inspiration that you all provide in doing that. So again, congratulations to a successful term, John. I'll do my best to try to live up to the standard that you've set. And I want to just thank everyone who will be working in the trenches in the row with me.
Looking forward to it, Commissioner. Well, so now that we've done all that, I guess we need to start the meeting by backing up a second and doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Dean, being that we're going to hand the reins over here, I need, who's leading us this morning in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Commissioner Grady, with your permission, I would suggest that you, sir, and then we can start clean next week.
I'd be more than happy to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and
justice for all.
Justice for all. All right.
May I make a motion or after you read it?
Yeah, Dean, go ahead and read Resolution 0121.
Thank you, Commissioner. Resolution number 1-21. Resolution electing the President of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners for the 2021 term of the Board.
I would like to make a motion that Kevin L. Boyce be our next president of the commission.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 1-21 has been adopted. Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. So should we move on to the main agenda now?
Absolutely.
Great. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. We kindly ask that you maintain the same level of decorum that was stated earlier by Commissioner Grady, as we're in a meeting, as if you were in this meeting in person. Finally, for those of you calling in, please be sure to mute your phone by pressing *6. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of November 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th, 2020 general sessions and the December 14th, 16th, 21st, 28th, 2020 administrative briefings?
So moved. Oh, I'm
There's a
sorry.
second.
Are we doing this correctly? I'm out of practice.
Is there a motion? I think there was a motion.
There were two.
I'll second.
You just come. There we go. Commissioner Brown making the motion with Commissioner O'Grady seconding. Voting. Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
And Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Sheriff's Office first.
Resolution number 2-21. resolution authorizing a contract with Franklin County Children's Services for police protection at its office locations within Franklin County in the amount of $1,410,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, representing Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This contract runs through July 31st of 2021. It is the police services agreement with Children's Services to provide 9 deputy sheriffs for police protection at the 3 office locations for Children's Services. This is a long-standing contract continuation. And pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 221.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd.
Yes.
Resolution number 2-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 3-21. Resolution supporting the addition of 2 participating agencies to the countywide DUI task force.
Commissioners, this resolution approves Blendon Township and the Ohio State University to be participants on the countywide DUI task force. The original resolution was approved in the fall, and these were 2 contracts that were still outstanding at the time. This will add these 2 additional agencies. And pending any questions, I'll ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 321.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd.
Yes.
Resolution number 3-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Economic Development and Planning.
Resolution number 4-21, resolution amending a service agreement between the Board of Commissioners and the Community Shelter Board to develop and implement strategies that decrease homelessness in Franklin County in the amount of $5,489,390.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm sorry, go please, Jenny.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. We have 2 resolutions to present to you this morning, and Mark Paxson, our Community Development Administrator, is going to go ahead with the first resolution for you this morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a contract amendment with the Community Shelter Board. It's to develop and implement strategies to decrease homelessness in Franklin County. This amendment seeks to extend the term of the agreement from December 31st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. Community Shelter Board is requesting extension based on the fact that the purpose of these funds were replicated by the $2.4 million in Federal Emergency Solutions Grant CARE Act dollars the county received in respect to the pandemic. These funds also address homelessness in the community. As such, not all the county general funds in this agreement can be expended prior to the December 31st deadline. Funds that will become critical to the community in 2021 when the current eviction moratorium expires. Pending any questions, I respectfully request approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of 421.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyd.
Yes.
Resolution number 4-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 5-21, review of petition to annex 5.928 acres, more or less, from Truro Township to the City of Reynoldsburg, case number ANX-30-20.
Good morning, Commissioners. Again, this is Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning. This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 5.928 acres from Truro Township to the City of Reynoldsburg. The area to be annexed includes property located at 3 parcels, 1160 Wagoner Road, 1180 Wagoner Road, and 1200 Wagoner Road. All 3 of those are east of Wagoner Road, north of East Main Street, west of Taylor Road Southwest, and south of East Broad Street. Petition was filed by agents Doug Arnold and Stacy Stout on behalf of the owner, Messiah Lutheran Church. 100% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with the City of Reynoldsburg, and the city passed resolution number 2020-08 on December 14th, 2020, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, in a statement regarding incompatible land uses in the zoning buffer. The petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
I would like to move approval of 521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 5-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jobs
Commissioners.
and Family Services.
Resolution number 6-21. Resolution approving a subaward agreement with Dress for Success Columbus for a youth leadership program in the amount of $69,999.30.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Assistant Director. In its second year, Boss Girl will continue to focus on empowering and preparing high school girls ages 15 to 18 for leadership and career opportunities. This project-based workforce development program inspires girls to practice proactive leadership, entrepreneurial thinking, and to begin planning for self-sufficiency after graduation. Boss Girl focuses on fostering 6 key skill areas: communication, enthusiasm and attitude, teamwork, networking and problem solving, critical thinking, and professionalism. Dress for Success will enroll 150 girls attending Reynoldsburg, West, Briggs, and the Columbus Downtown High School in this year's Boss Girl program. Training sessions will be online and in person when feasible. Boss Girl supports goal number 8 of the Rise Together Blueprint. And pending any questions, I request your approval.
And Commissioners, this is Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. If I may, I wanted to share last year, Commissioner Brown and I attended it was almost like a series of speakers that could come speak to the young ladies who participated in this program. And the reason when I share this story, you'll understand the impact. There was a young lady who was about 15 years old, or I'm sorry, she was 17 years old. And she told us that she is the first to graduate high school in her family. We were in 2020. So for a young lady who is 17 years old to state, this is I'm the first to graduate high school, this program transformed this young lady's life. So I am proud and I'm so thankful that you all continue in the good work that you do in supporting, not just funding programs, but supporting the Poverty Blueprint Plan and doing transformative work. So thank you.
This program, as well as so many that we fund, really changes lives. And I've seen it with Dress for Success in so many ways. I'm happy to move approval of 621.
You know, before I second it, when we do programs like this, and we help citizens and residents of Franklin County in this way, it really helps all of the residents of Franklin County. You know, when you're helping people at this kind of level, and you're bringing folks up the way that a program like this does, it doesn't just help that one person or that one family. It helps all of the families in Franklin County. And folks who don't see it that way, it just kind of saddens me that because I know there's folks in Franklin County who don't see it that way, and it saddens me. So I'm happy to second this.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 6-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 7-21. Resolution approving a contract agreement with United Way of Central Ohio Incorporated for tax preparation services in the amount of $75,000.
Commissioners, Tax Time is a coalition of nonprofit businesses and government organizations that seek to help low to moderate income households claim available tax deductions or credits. avoid preparation fees, and advance on the path toward financial independence. It combines both the United Way Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, or VITA, and the AARP Tax Counseling for Elderly program under one umbrella. Since its inception in 2006, Tax Times, the IRS certified volunteers, have helped more than 137,000 Central Ohio residents. And they have claimed over $147 million in refunds. The free service has also saved Central Ohio families an estimated $28 million in tax preparation fees. While tax preparation has traditionally been offered in person at sites throughout the community, this year, residents will use Tax Times' virtual client relations platform to connect with volunteers over their smartphones or computers. Residents can learn more by calling Lutheran Social Services or the 211 hotline, and they can also learn more by visiting taxtimecentralohio.org. This resolution supports goal number 4 of the Rise Together Blueprint. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
Vivian, if someone doesn't have technology, is there an in-person safe distance possibility?
Yes, I do believe there will be, and if they call the 211 line, they'll find out more about that.
That would be great. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is such a good program too. I'll move approval of 721.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 7-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 8-21. Resolution extending the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency PRC Plus Rental Assistance Program.
Commissioners, back in May of last year, you allocated $1.5 million in CARES Act funds to expand our Prevention, Retention, and Contingency PRC program, which allows us to provide rental assistance to more families. We created the PRC Plus Rental Assistance Program for families with incomes of up to 300% of the federal poverty level, who otherwise would not qualify under our standard PRC program. In October, you approved new flexibility for the program, including the ability to cover an additional month of rent, so up to 2 months total, for up to $1,500 per month for eligible families. Through December, we approved approximately $981,000 in CARES Act funds to go toward rental assistance for 594 families. The original CARES Act legislation only made the funding available through the end of 2020 calendar year. However, with the passage of the latest round of federal COVID-19 relief legislation, the funds are now available through December 31st of 2021. This resolution would extend the program accordingly so that we can exhaust the remaining balance of approximately $518,000 in CARES Act funds. Eligible families must have at least one minor child or pregnant person in the household to qualify. There will be no changes to the application process for families, and they will still be able to apply using our standard PRC application, and they can access that application as well as the step-by-step instructions by visiting our website at jfs.franklincountyohio.gov/PRC. Pending any questions, I request your approval.
I will move approval of 821.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 8-21 has been adopted.
Thank you, commissioners, and I must say that we really appreciate your leadership as well as that of our director, Joy Bivens, for letting us do this transformational work that we do with our community partners. Thank you and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Purchasing.
Resolution number 9-21. Resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $94,812,349.04.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Valentine, Director of Purchasing. Today, I am presenting to you the first PO resolution of 2021. As a reminder, the first few PO resolutions each January are much larger in quantity and dollar value relative to those presented throughout the remainder of the year. To briefly explain, at the end of each fiscal year, the County Auditor's Office closes all open purchase orders. Agencies then must open new POs at the beginning of the next fiscal year. This allows agencies to make payment for any end of the previous year costs, and it's also the time for agencies to open POs for anticipated costs for the new fiscal year. It's important to note that these encumbrances are, in many cases, for budgeted costs that spread over the 12 months of 2021, including, for example, approved construction contracts, utilities, appointed council fees, postage, or costs for various agency programs. With that said, the resolution before you requests your approval of 365 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. And pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
I will move approval of 921.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 9-21 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 10-21. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Ice Miller to serve as legal counsel regarding labor relations matters during calendar year 2021.
Good morning, Commissioners. Zach Tularic with the Office of Management and Budget. This resolution is the first step of a two-step process for the employment of outside legal counsel that is required by Section 305.14 of the Revised Code. It would authorize the application for a court order by the Prosecuting Attorney's Office to allow for the employment of Ice Miller to represent the county in labor relations matters during 2021, primarily collective bargaining negotiations and workers' compensation cases. After approval of the court order, a subsequent resolution will be submitted for approval of the contract. Pending any questions, would ask for your approval of this resolution.
Move approval of 1121.
Commissioner, I'm sorry, we're at 10-21.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1021.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 10-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 11-21. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Frost Brown Todd to serve as bond counsel and provide advice in public finance matters during 2021.
Commissioner, similar to the previous resolution, this resolution would authorize the court order for the employment of outside legal counsel, in this case Frost Brown Todd, to serve as bond counsel, as well as provide advice in various public finance matters, including related to the county's continuing disclosure obligations, reviewing certain economic development agreements, and assisting the Treasurer's Office as required. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 1121.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 11-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 12-21. Resolution authorizing an application to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas for employment of Bricker and Eckler to perform services associated with arbitrage, rebate, and yield restriction compliance, and to serve as bond counsel and provide advice in public finance matters as needed during 2021.
Commissioners, for this resolution, the employment of Bricker and Eckler would allow for them to perform the calculations required by the IRS for the county's previous debt issuances and to serve as bond counsel and provide advice in public finance matters as needed. Similar to the previous two resolutions, a subsequent resolution will be submitted for approval of the contract after approval of the court order. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 1221.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Resolution number 12-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 13-21. Resolution extending the pre-qualified pool of firms eligible to provide investment banking and underwriting services.
Commissioners, in 2018, the county issued a request for proposal, or RFP, to establish a pre-qualified pool of firms eligible to provide investment banking and underwriting services to the county. 13 firms were selected as part of the pool to provide these services through December 31st of 2020, with the option to extend for 2 additional one-year periods. This resolution would exercise the first of the 2 one-year options. While no new debt issuance is currently contemplated for 2021, this resolution will allow for the county to select a team of underwriters in the event the county seeks to refund any previous debt issuance during the year, in the event there would be sufficient savings from low interest rates. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 1321.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Abstain.
Resolution number 13-21 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 14-21. A resolution approving the issuance of healthcare facilities revenues bonds, Series 2021, Traditions at Worthington Project of the County of Franklin, Ohio, in an original aggregate principal amount not to exceed $26 million, and consenting to and approving the execution and delivery of a lease, sublease, a bond purchase agreement, and assignment in connection with the issuance of such bonds.
Morning, Commissioners. It's Erin Sutton with Dinsmore and Scholl. We're serving on as bond counsel on this transaction. The resolution before you seeks approval of a not to exceed $26 million issue of healthcare facilities revenue bonds under Chapter 140 of the Ohio Revised Code to be issued by and through the county, through Franklin County Hospital Commission. A public hearing was held on the issuance of the bonds at their last meeting in November, after public notice was published on November 11th in the Columbus Dispatch. The County Hospital Commission adopted the bond resolution unanimously at that meeting. Upon their issuance, the bonds would be directly purchased by S&T Bank, and the proceeds would be loaned to Traditions at Worthington, which is a nonprofit affiliate of National Church Residences. The bonds would finance the construction of certain senior living healthcare facilities located on a 3-acre site on the northwest corner of Stafford Avenue and Hartford Street in Worthington, which would be known as the Hartford at Stafford Village. The project will consist of an 86-unit senior living rental community with a mix of affordable and middle market units, as the renovation of a single family home that's existing on the site already. As with all these Chapter 140 bonds, the Commission is only acting as the conduit issuer for these bonds. The county nor the Commission would be liable for the payment of any debt service on these bonds. The bonds would be secured solely by a mortgage on the facilities and by the revenues of the facilities, as well as in this case, a limited parent guarantee. The bonds would not constitute indebtedness of the county or the Commission under state law and would not affect any existing obligations of Franklin County. I'm happy to answer any questions you have on the resolution or the bond issue at this time. Thank you.
Are there any comments or questions for Erin? Otherwise, I'll move approval of 1421.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce?
Abstain.
Resolution number 14-21 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Resolution number 15-21. Resolution appointing Curtis Williams to the Transportation Improvement District Board of Trustee member, Franklin County, Ohio.
Morning, Commissioners, and Happy New Year. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator. Pending any questions, would recommend approval of this appointment.
I'll move approval of 1521.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 15-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 16-21. Resolution reappointing Elizabeth Power Kessler to the Columbus Regional Airport Authority Board of Trustees.
Commissioners, again, pending any questions, would recommend approval of this reappointment.
Move approval of 1621.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 16-21 has been adopted. Resolution number 17-21. Resolution appointing Dr. Jill Clark and reappointing Ty Marsh to the Columbus and Franklin County Local Food Board.
Again, Commissioners, pending any questions, would recommend approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of 1721.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 17-21 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our regular agenda. Are there any generalizations?
No, Commissioner.
And if there are none, that concludes our meeting. At this time, I'd like to offer the media an opportunity to ask any questions. Do you have any? Okay, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's have a good 2021 and be safe out there.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
You.